Margot Jean comes the other way. Good pressure by Airbar to stay in front. Marcela Rodriguez hands off to Izzy McCoon. To Jaciana Anderson. Rodriguez gets it far wing. Airbar, good hands. Gets in and gets another steal. That's 2 or 3 for her on the night. Wolf, far side, skips it back up top to Airbar. The energy and intensity of this one picking up as we start the second half. Maggie first, lefty hook inside, goes over the rim, 6:28. Pirates come the other way, trailing 22-19. CVC TV broadcast brought to you by the Ohio Center for Oral Facial and Implant Surgery. And we are watching, as we said, a district semifinal winner of this one faces Salem High School. Perry turns it over on that last possession, stepping out of bounds again. Seems like in both games we kind of saw that back and forth, that far sideline. Seems like not really seeing how much room you really have over there.
I think it's just knowing where you have to know where you are on the court at all times, and you have to just pay attention and know what's going on around you.
And we welcome those who have tuned in live now. We were taping and recording the first half, so you have to go back and watch that. If you're just tuning in for the first time, Kevin Arnold alongside Rico McGee and Haley Ottman for 3 for West G, right on cue. A heck of a way to really introduce our live crowd into this broadcast. 25-19 West G.
Both teams fighting really hard. This moving on and representing your school and your community would mean so much to both of these groups of young ladies.
Hocevar on the near side. Tried to guide that one. Airbar comes out with it. She finds Hocevar underneath. A heck of a pass. Hocevar goes up strong. Marcela Rodriguez comes down over the top, collects the foul, and Hocevar will go to the line for 2 shots.
Hocevar just all over the floor, defensively, offensively. She's getting points, grabbing boards, forcing fouls, playing with a lot of intensity.
Couple dribbles. Hocevar long on her first free throw attempt, and you look off to our right with the scoreboard that kind of has the point totals for us. Look on the West G side of things. Pretty balanced scoring, Rico. 4 out of the 5 have at least 6 points in this one, with Hocevar now adding to her point total. Bumps it up to 8 with that split of the free throws. 26-19, 5-18, third quarter. Division II Region 5 district semifinal here at Lakeside High School in Ashtabula, Ohio.
West Geauga is just moving the ball around. They're getting everybody involved, and it looks like West Geauga's having fun. Having fun moving the ball around.
Both teams have been having fun down the stretch. 13 straight wins for West G, 10 straight for Perry. Perry, like we said, 20-3. West G, 18-6. They were 5-6 before the holiday break. We'll talk about that here more in a second. That one gets tipped away from Margot Jean. And kind of reading up on these two teams, seeing a couple stories out there in the News Herald and on SugarValleyConference.com. John Kampf, Steve Hare, they do a great job writing the articles about these high school athletes. West G kind of had a meeting with their coaches, a new coaching staff this year. Jaciana Anderson, lefty jumper goes in. Now trail by 5, 26-21, 4:43 left. Quickly the other way we go. Airbar. Bad pass inside, gets tipped away. Pirates clear with Marcela Rodriguez. Far wing against Ottman. To the top, down here in the corner to McCoon. Jaciana Anderson just inside the three-point line. That one goes across the rim. Good positioning by Ottman on that far side for that rebound. And we kind of trade possessions back to back.
To piggyback off what you said, I think the important thing about, I think you want to have success.
And one. Hocevar, what body control after she took the contact to still get that jumper to fall 28-21, 4:03 left. She'll go to the line looking for the old school three-point play.
Once again, just doing the right things, just playing with heart, playing with intensity, trying to wheel her team to a victory.
Some substitutions coming in. We'll get you those here in a moment. Hocevar knocks down, completes the three-point play. 29-21 now, largest lead of the game for West G. Hocevar almost with a steal. Under 4 minutes to go, third quarter. 29-21 West G. They won the first matchup between these two schools. Cross-division rivals now, as Perry plays in the Lake Division of the CVC. West G in the Chagrin Division. Crowd getting into it on our side. We are on the West G side of the gymnasium. Jaciana Anderson collects the offensive board, goes inside. It's that one knocked away. Coach Brandon Stewart of West G, Coach Roy Infalvi Jr. of Perry, both call out their offensive or defensive and offensive sets respectively. 3:32, favorite spot for Jaciana. That time it's the back iron. Maggie first. Good box out there. She came in averaging 9, just under 10 rebounds a game. So good positioning all season long. Ashlyn Dreyer in for West G. Skip feed to Ottman. Somehow able to save that one before going out of bounds. Air bar up top. Brandon Stewart, seeing the pressure from the Pirates, calls a timeout before a 5-second call on the far side of the floor. 3:07 to go. West G calls a full timeout, leading 29-21.
Hocevar is carrying this team on her back thus far.
And of course, our now live stream, first half recorded, now second half live stream of CVC TV, and of course you'll be able to see the second half as part of the recording later on as well, is brought to you by the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Their doctors, Keith Schneider, Jill Weber, Jacqueline Tomsick, and your very own CVC Commissioner, Don Lewis, will specialize in dental surgery, implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, along with trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website, www.ohsurgery.com. That's www.ohsurgery.com. We thank them for all their support of the Chagrin Valley Conference and CVC TV. If you're interested in getting involved in sponsoring CVC TV, Rico, tell them that website. They can head on over for more details.
www.cvctv.com.
Or ChagrinValleyConference.com too.
Right.
Either way.
ChagrinValleyConference.com.
I'm sure it'll get you there. I'm sure it'll. You know, you type in a web address wrong now, it's like it automatically just takes you to the right one.
Exactly.
Airbar finding Hocevar, somehow had the eyes up to find her. Hocevar left it short first. Up and in. Maggie first. Knocks home.
Maggie Hurst has been the unsung hero tonight in this 10-point lead now. She has been grabbing boards and has been hustling and getting all over the floor.
And the defensive intensity from West G and their fans picks up. Maggie first with 8 points on the ball game. 2:30 left. Now a 10-point lead. 31-21. Lady Wolverines over the Lady Pirates of Perry High School. Skip feed. Good hands from Sophia McCod. And Rico, we were kind of talking about it just a little bit ago, that the meeting between the coaching staff of West G and the players, kind of resetting their goals, resetting what they wanted to be. They're used to winning 20-plus games, and it wasn't clicking early, and now it's really clicking.
I think in order to become successful, especially at the high school level as a coach, I think you just have to have that system, and the kids have to just buy into that system. I think once they buy into that system, you have a winning formula. I've seen it with so many different schools, you know.
And Perry comes in battle-tested with some upset wins late in the season over Stowe and Brush, some bigger schools. So both of these coaching staffs, as Maggie first will go to the free throw line. Good take to the basket that time. Not able to finish, but draws the contact and will get 2 free throws. But both of these coaching staffs doing a great job of making sure that as the season goes on, all these schools aren't going to play the same amount of games right now. We're still coming out of COVID times. Getting enough battle-tested reps for these girls going into the tournament.
Heading into the tournament, especially, which is going to be key. You have to get as much experience as possible.
First knocks down both free throws. Give her 10 points now in the ball game. And a steal. Good trap, though, by the Pirates. And Coach Brandon Stewart kind of just came out of nowhere. It's hard for us to see over the railing on the stands on this side. And all of a sudden, his head popped out, and he is yelling at the ref for a timeout as Hocevar got the steal but got that trap in the corner. That's the spot. That's one of those spots you can't get caught in on the floor. So wisely, Coach Stewart kind of protects his players, gets the timeout.
That was a wise timeout call. Good steal by Hocevar and a better timeout. Now they have possession.
So a quick timeout here in the third quarter. 1:59 left. West Geauga on top of Perry, 33-21. They went in leading 22-17, and now they've extended that lead all the way out to 11. Already with 11 points this quarter, only giving up 4. First finds a lane inside, hits the bottom of the iron, somehow able to get on top of it, but rolling over as soon as she did that rolling motion, trying to find an open teammate. Official wisely saw that, called
for travel.
Pressure. Full court from West G. This time Perry breaks. Just trying to throw that up at the basket. There'll be a foul on the floor, though, so no free throws. But Grace McCoon trying to find her way to the basket. Just trying to get something going for Perry.
Perry just needs to take it one possession at a time. West Geauga came out ready to fight hard in the second half, so they just have to slowly claw their way back into it. They don't have to get it all back at once. They just have to do it one possession at a time, take their time, and just get some defensive stops.
And that's who you're going to have to go to right there. Jayciana Anderson knocks it home under the basket. Good positioning after Riley Hodge had missed her lefty hook, but got her own rebound. Found Anderson inside, and the Pirates will call timeout. 1:32 now left third quarter, trailing by 10, 33-23.
That's exactly the best play. Just keep scoring. You don't have to shoot a whole bunch of threes and try to get it all back at once. Like I said before, just one possession at a time.
These two teams known for their defense. Last time out, Perry beating Lake Catholic in a sectional championship, beating them 39-21, held them to only 2 points in the second quarter. Jayciana Anderson, leading scorer that game with 21 points, 10 in the first, and only allowed 1 3-pointer defensively. They've allowed a lot more, and that's kind of the big key for West G. They've been able to knock home the 3-point basket more so in the first half than what we've seen here in the third quarter.
I think what it is just getting the hot hand. You just come out hot, and when it's hot, you just ride. You just ride it. That's all you could do.
10-second violation. Good pressure from the Pirates. Get another turnover as we tick down. 1:20 left. Under 10 minutes left of full game time. Time is of the essence, and it's getting more so for the Pirates. You're going to have to get as many possessions as possible to chip in and overcome this 10-point deficit.
You're going to have to just stick with what got you here. That is defense.
Grace Laster getting on the floor, getting those floor burns, gets the steal, finds Airbar, drives in, gets blocked, and the Pirates push. Margot Jean had Grace McCoon if she wanted her, but fumbled that one away, and Airbar will find Dreyer. Dreyer to Laster, corner 3, too long. Good attack of the offensive glass. Megan Zabrowski getting some action here in this second half. 46.1 though. Pirates will get possession back. Your Pirates are getting stops. they got to convert on this offensive end.
And that's what the problem is, and I think that's what's keeping Perry from getting back into this ball game.
Crossover from McCoon draws some oohs and ahs. 35 seconds. Marcela Rodriguez at the top. Over here, near wing, Jayciana Anderson hands it off to Jean. Dribble up to the top. Grace McCoon. Again, too much dribbling. There's good ball movement, but then the final execution, a lot of dribbling against a team that's getting their hands on a lot of and deflecting a lot of balls, a lot of basketballs here in this game for West G. Under 10 to go. 5 seconds now. Hocevar deep three. Nothing but the bottom. Alexa Hocevar. 14 of West G's 36 points. And they will take a 13-point lead heading into the fourth quarter. 36-23. Every time Hocevar takes a three, it gets deeper and deeper. That's that new age of basketball now. And you know who's at the forefront of that. That is Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors.
The Splash Brothers. That's the way a game of basketball is played now. Everybody is just shooting from deeper and deeper and deeper.
As they play Hang On Sloopy, the song of Ohio, if you're an Ohio State fan. Now, usually I'd be the one kind of doing the OHIO. I'm in a professional setting right now. I will not do that. But you mentioned we were talking about the change of the game, and we saw the faces of the game here in town in Northeast Ohio this past weekend. And, I mean, you saw it on full display and a full example of how the game has changed. Steph Curry, 50 points, and just knocking down threes from every angle. He was turning around before the ball even left his hand at this point.
It was like good, and he would just run off like, I made the shot. And it's just amazing. He is definitely the greatest shooter of all time, in my opinion.
Well, shooting definitely on display in this one as we start the fourth quarter. Kevin Arnold alongside Rico McGee and our CVC TV LPV Productions crew. 8 minutes left to decide who will face Salem High School in the district championship on Friday night right here at Lakeside High School. Of course, CVC TV Game of the Week presented by the Ohio Center for Oral Facial and Implant Surgery. West G will start with possession, and that time West G getting caught on the dribble, turn it over. You see a lot more success for both of these squads. Yes, their calling cards are defense, so possessions are at a premium offensively. They are more successful when that ball moves, and coaches will say ball moves faster by the pass than the dribble.
Yes, it does.
Marcela Rodriguez, Jayciana Anderson, over here to Grace McCoon. Joined by Margot Jean and Gigi Vicini, the 5 for the Pirates to start this fourth quarter. 7:18 left. Jean tried to knock down the three, and it's one and done for the Pirates. Been a huge key already tonight for the Wolverines. Been able to rebound the basketball, limiting those second chance opportunities for the Pirates. Haley Ottman, Ray Airbar, Grace Wolf, Maggie First, Alexa Hocevar, the 5 for West G. Ottman with it. Here to the near wing to Airbar. Airbar sends it to Wolf, to Hocevar. Skip feed all the way in the corner to Ottman. That may have gotten deflected. Goes short. Jayciana Anderson ready to push. Grace McCoon all alone. Right-handed layup. Drops in. That one wanted to fall out, but goes in the bottom of the bucket. Trims the lead down to 11 for West G.
Beautiful fast break offense.
And there's skip feed to Ottman. Ottman trying to find First. Good way to get around the posts from Anderson. Deflects it out. Stays right here with the Lady Wolverines. 6:19. Izzy McCoon will check in for Grace McCoon. So sister for sister swap. 6:19 left. Grace Wolf will take it out for West G. Hocevar just drives in. Nothing Rodriguez could do. Hocevar had one thing on her mind, get to the basket. She drops it home, give her 16 right on her average. She averages just over 16 points a game. She's got 16 tonight. With 6 minutes left, Pirates just don't have an answer. but Jaciana Anderson knocks down the deep 2-point basket. Cuts it back to 11-point lead. Pirates cannot trade baskets, though. They cannot go basket for basket at this point.
They have to play deep. They have to step up the defense, and they have to force double teams. Excellent defensive possession by Perry.
So good trap here right in the corner of the sideline and the half-court line on Hocevar. Over and back. So the Pirates get another chance. Got to start converting back-to-back offensive possessions. Anderson to Jean, to the top to Rodriguez for 3. Back iron, Anderson on the offensive glass. Sees a double, gets through it, tries to get up and through, and it is a jump ball. Hocevar got her hand on it. Possession will keep it with the Perry Pirates. Rodriguez been kept quiet here tonight, only with 5 points. Kind of that next person in line with Anderson in that offensive sets for Perry. Anderson misses her pet shot at the foul line. Hocevar with the board. 4:55 left in the ball game. District semifinal spot in the district championship on the line. West G 38, Perry 27. Ottman sends it back out top to Hocevar. They'll reset. Dribble behind her back. She throws it up, this time not able to knock it down. But Perry just swiping at the ball, trying to get possessions offensively, as many as they can in the final 4.5 minutes. Hocevar seeing that wisely went into the shooting motion to earn a trip to the free throw line.
Hocevar has just been excellent this evening.
Hocevar knocks down the first. She'll have one more.
She is definitely the player of the game.
Ashlyn Dreher checks in for Haley Ottman. Ottman gets a nice hand from the West G faithful, our side of the gym. Hocevar, a couple dribbles. And since she kind of found her rhythm, there hasn't been much rim when she's shooting. It is hitting nothing but net. Most of tonight, give her 18. Leading scorer on the night, leading scorer for her team, and has been kind of that spark plug for West G offensively all night long. Anderson doing what she can. This is the foul line, Jay. Anderson to McCoon. McCoon hits it off the bottom of the backboard. Goes out of bounds, 40-27 West G. And that clock just seems like it's ticking away faster and faster for Perry. The exact opposite for West G.
Time is not on Perry's side anymore, and they are down by double digits. They're going to have to dig deep and find a way to pull themselves back into this game, because now they're under 4 minutes in the game.
Airbar getting pressured by Izzy McCoon. Takes the foul. Be the 6th team foul. This time, this half, Perry kind of struggling with the foul trouble, as that'll be Izzy McCoon's 3rd foul. Gigi Vicini also with 3 fouls for Perry. You get 5 in the high school game. So next foul on Perry will send West G to the free throw line 1-1. And there it is. But that'll be 2 shots as Maggie first went into the shooting motion. And she's kind of been that you don't want to say Robin to Batman. We're all in a Batman state of mind because the new movie will be coming out soon. But she's been that other piece when Hocevar's been trapped. She's been able to find space inside to really take advantage of, that ball movement around the perimeter from West G.
I think what's so interesting is her ability to stretch the floor as well. I've seen a couple of plays where she's gotten out to the wing and beyond the three-point line. I'm wondering if she can knock down the 3 as well.
And she knocks down 2 free throws there, giving her 12, her team 42. They lead 42-27, 3:43 left. Grace Laster into the game. Haley Ottman returns as well. Maggie first gets a seat, Air bar hustling back, gets her hand on it. It seems like that has been her calling card all night as well. Air bar, it'll probably show up because the teams take deflections in their stat sheets, but not something you're going to see in the newspaper. But that's the hustle plays, the championship winning plays that you need and the type of players you need, as Dreher throws that one out of bounds, giving it back to the Pirates. Pirates trail by 15, 42-27, 3:14 to go.
I've always said offense wins games, defense wins championships. It's those little plays that help put that crown on your head for you to become a champion.
I mean, you look at in this win streak, I mean, West G is scoring 56 points a game, well below that tonight. Perry will go to the free throw line. Good drive to the basket for Riley Hodge. 3:11 left. Some points with the clock stopped is what they need right now. But in this, on the season, West G scoring over 56 points a game. Like we said, well below that tonight. But in the win streak, they're outscoring their opponents. They'll be well below this as well. But 62.8 to 33 in the win streak. So not only are they playing defense, but they are converting in transition. They are knocking down the three-point basket with more regularity towards the end. And that's what you want. You want to be playing your best basketball at the end. And both these teams came in doing that. West G has just taken more control.
Perry has nothing to hold their heads about, hang their heads about. They've played hard all season, rattling off 10 straight, which is no easy stretch because there's a lot of competition in the CVC and in other conferences throughout Northeast Ohio. So to win 10 straight, that's a pretty big thing.
Good steal for the Pirates. Here comes Margot Jean. Not able to collect. Tries to find a teammate. Marcela Rodriguez is there. Good pass over to Gigi Vicini. So better ball movement that time. Clock ticks. 2:30 left in the ball game. Hocevar just shoves her way in. Maggie first. Would not be denied. Goes through the contact. Knocks home the layup. And give her 14, looking for 15 at the line. 44-31 West G. Foul goes on Jayciana Anderson. That'll be her third on the night. It just seems like any time Perry finds any semblance of maybe some momentum, a run, Hocevar and First are there to stem the tide.
Just transition offense and great defense just leading to transition offense. Great defense leads to great offense in basketball, especially from a missed shot to a stolen pass to anything like that.
Dreher in the corner, defended by Maddie Stevenson. She sends it up to Hocevar. She's got Marcela Rodriguez on her. Dribbling at the top of the key. Little weave action with Airbar. Lasser was going to give Airbar a screen. Now Airbar will hand off to Grace Wolf. We said it in the first half. We'll say it again. Ohio High School Athletic Association, one of those high school sports organizations in the country that does not have a shot clock in high school basketball. I know that brings up big discussions. We don't have enough time for that tonight. I'm sure you have thoughts on that, Rico. I have thoughts on that. But both teams playing under the same set of rules. 1:50 to go. West G has earned this lead that they have right now, trying to hold on, 44-31.
I think just not having the shot clock, West Geauga could hold the ball if they wanted to, and they would win.
Riley Hodge will come off injured. She'll be attended to by the training staff. We don't speculate on any injuries here on CVC TV, but when anybody is making a motion to their head, you send extra thoughts out to that player, and hopefully she will be okay. Margot Jean will check in for Gigi Vicini. And you see the smart basketball crowd that we have here. Yes, West G is on top. Their fans are excited, but injury for even someone on the opposing team that becomes the biggest concern. Health is always a much bigger concern, much bigger than the game.
Yes, that's something you never want to see. Even if it's a heated rival, I never want to see anyone get hurt. That's a scary thing.
West G continuing to attack the offensive glass, though. Grace Wolf will earn herself a trip to the free throw line. She hit 2 big threes to start out the ball game for West G to kind of kickstart the offense, and then Alexa Hosevar and Maggie First have just taken off from there. Coach Brandon Stewart of West Geauga will send his 4 players back to midcourt. Wolf knocked down the first. She knocks down the second. Back to a 15-point lead for West G. Under 2 minutes left, 1:44 on the clock. West G has been in a full-court press most of the game. They'll go back to a half-court man-to-man, player-to-player. Jaciana Anderson was looking for the kind of Tim Duncan kiss off the glass on that jump shot. Not able to do so. And now West G will just look to run as much of the clock out. Grace Laster, though, saw an open shot. Too long. And Ashlyn Dreyer, a little toe drag swag along the corner with the interception. And another turnover for Perry, but that is the type of effort that both of these coaches have been preaching leading into this game and into this tournament.
You have to play till the clock hits 0. Doesn't matter if you're up by 2 points or up by 100 points. You always play till the clock hits 0.
And there's one of those examples. Yes, a steal goes down in the box score, and it goes down for the stat book. But how she did it, no one will know unless they're watching CVC TV, presented by the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery right here on ChagrinValleyConference.com and the Chagrin Valley Conference new YouTube channel. There may have been some issues with the YouTube channel. I know CVC Information Director Steve Hare is making sure that that is up there with all the great content that the YouTube channel has of these student athletes. Perry able to knock home the layup, cuts it to 13. 46-33 West G, 37 seconds left.
Excellent effort by both teams. Excellent effort. Perry has nothing to hang their heads about.
Dreyer wisely just let Maddie Stevenson from Perry, knock that one out. West G's crowd comes to their feet for a standing ovation. Some of the younger players getting a chance to play in this one. Unless the miracle happens in 24.3 seconds. We last saw something like that with Tracy McGrady with the Houston Rockets against the Spurs.
Yeah.
But unless something like that happens, West G's going to move on, and they're going to end Perry's 3 straight district title runs in the postseason.
Excellent effort by both teams, and the clock will hit 0. Perry won't move on this year, but they have a lot to take from this game and a lot to take from this season. These young girls fought hard.
The horn sounds. West G celebrates the victory, beating Perry by 13, 46-33. Both teams will come together for the handshakes. Good to see the handshakes back in high school athletics. Of course, one of the subtle little things that goes unnoticed that was taken away by COVID, the little things that were taken away, and it's good to see those back because you know that both of these schools know each other well. This is not the last of the battles of Perry and West G, but this year West G takes both. The first meeting, closer affair, 36-32. This time, 46-33. Kevin Arnold alongside Rico McGee and our CVC TV LPV Productions crew. We'll just keep it here for just a few brief moments. Rico, as we wind things down tonight, just some of your final thoughts on this ball game, and then we'll kind of look at West G's chances against Salem because we did watch them. But right now, wrap up this game for us. What did you see out of both squads, and especially West G getting the victory?
Well, it's like I said, West Geauga would have to dominate on the glass, and that's what they did both offense and defensively. Maggie First was definitely one of the difference makers in helping West Geauga cement this victory. She rebounded, she got points, she went strong to the hole and went strong down low, and Perry just didn't have an answer for her.
And you look on the other side for Perry. West G knew coming in, Jayciana Anderson was the offense for Perry, along with Marcela Rodriguez. And Jayciana Anderson was able to score, I believe it was 15. They've already shut the score board off, and we're so far away from the scores table, we don't have the final official numbers. We'll see if we can get those, but probably not. But at one point I saw Jayciana Anderson with 15. A quiet 15, and Marcela just not much able to get going to help out her teammate. And once that defense really stemmed the tide from West G on Perry, there wasn't much offense for anybody.
Not much offense, and it's just nothing you could do. And it's just when West Geauga gets going offensively and they're feeling confident, not only does their offense step up, but their defense steps up. And with Jayciana being the only scorer for the team, is you take her out, and then Marcella's couldn't get much going. It's just hard to really step up and be able to compete with West Geauga.
So West Geauga this year, unlike the past 3 years, with Perry being that CVC representative this year, West Geauga will move on to the district championship on Friday night here in Division II, Region 5, right here at Lakeside High School against Salem High School. And let's just look ahead at that for all of our CVC TV fans and just CVC fans out there in general tuning in. Prospects for West Geauga in that one. Salem looked like a very strong team. Kenston gave them a ball game in the fourth quarter. That championship, that number 2 seed, that confident group you really saw finish things out. What does that matchup look like? What's a key to victory maybe for West Geauga as a CVC team, or even both teams in that one?
I think for West Geauga, what you have to do is continue to dominate on the boards, of course. Don't make too many mental errors. Salem is a team that once you begin to make mental errors, they will take advantage of all of those weak points. You have to just play good, sound basketball, both offensively and defensively.
So those challenges will come up for West Geauga on Friday night, but they get tonight to enjoy what they were able to accomplish in the district semifinal against Perry, beating them 46-33. I want to thank our entire crew out here tonight. Of course, working through some of our technical problems, able to get the second half on live stream here tonight. If you missed the first half, make sure to go back and watch the full game recording on ChagrinValleyConference.com. So for our camera operators tonight, I want to thank them, Jim Wagner and Andrea Munoz. And, of course, our production director on site, Peter Tellep, our information director setting up these CVC TV matchups. That is Steve Hare. For my partner, Rico McGee, a pleasure, as always, being joined on the broadcast by you. I'm Kevin Arnold. Your final tonight from Lakeside High School. West Geauga moves on to the district final, 46-33 over Perry, right here on your CVC TV Game of the Week, presented by the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. I'm Kevin Arnold. Have a great night, everybody.